we say in Swedish. This is Fred for Metal Ops TV and YouTube and metalobs.com. And welcome to Vintersorg. He's going to do himself because his name is project, but he has a real name. So please, what's your name real name in Vintersorg, and what do you do in Vintersorg? Because it's your band, your own band.
Right. Yeah, hi everyone. Maybe you see my name in the Zoom Zoom interview here. So I'm exposed already. So Vintersorg is not my real name. No, my name is Andreas. But I'm kind of a main guy in the Vintersorg. I started the band as a kind of solo project back in '94, something like that. So it's 30 years now.
Vargher first in 1990.
Yeah, precisely. Oh yeah, nice. You have the whole history, Vargher, and then it turned into Vintersorg like 94, 95, something like that. I don't really remember the whole story really myself. I need to check the bio.
Metal Archives. Okay, and you do, so you sing, you compose, you write the lyrics, you play guitars, folk instruments, and programming drums on the new album.
Yeah. And a lot of keyboards and a lot of texture sounds and effects and stuff like that. Yeah. And then I have two other guys with me on the album, Simon playing bass and Matthias, my old kind of sidekick since many, many years. And Simon has been with us now for also some years. So we are a three-piece band right now, recording this album. It's been a really blast. We have worked. It was kind of maybe we go into that further on how since the last album, whatever. So, but now we have finally came together with the material and everything. And it's a lot of timing in the personal lives and stuff like that, work and whatever. So, but finally we actually had the time to put it all together and actually make this album.
Yeah.
And we can go into more also because we changed the label and stuff like that. But
because a long time ago you and during a long time you were on Napalm Records, like OTYG, your other side project. Maybe we will speak at the end of that. FISSION, CRONIA, etc. But the new album is cool. So it's your 5th studio album. We are here to speak about that. Vattenkrafternas Spel. In Swedish. What does it mean? It means the spell of energy, water energy, electric water energy, something like that in Swedish.
Yeah, spel is not spell. Spel doesn't mean spell. It means like a play. So this is the kind of
the power, maybe no.
Yeah, the title would be something like the play of the water powers. So so this is maybe we can go a little bit right into that because this is a kind of a closure album for the 4 elements that we have done. I mean, we did a Jordpuls, the Earth album, then we did the Orkan, kind of the air album. We did Naturbol, the fire album.
Fire,
yeah. And this one now is the water album. And then we have kind of finalized. We were supposed to do this album kind of a lot of years ago, but instead we did Till Fjälls Part 2.
We
couldn't help ourselves. So
you make my position. The previous album Till Fjälls Del II, it was a continuation or a revisitation of the first album Till Fjälls from 1988, or it was a continuation, the suite, the following.
Yeah, a little bit both, I guess. It was. It's not just a sequel in that sense. It's just the same, just prolonging the same type of thing. But it was more in kind of, we felt that energy. I don't know where we were in that process, but somehow we found ourselves after we'd done the third element, the fire album, Naturbol. We kind of came into a situation that we were really looking back to our past, and I mean, like I was really going to Till Fjälls. It's a really nice album, actually, quite easy. Not a tricky one, but it's very powerful vocal lines and stuff like that. So I felt something really strongly towards writing a little bit more in that kind of sense. So it was very natural. And then I started to write song, and then they were just coming very natural and piling up. So all of a sudden I had a whole album there. So it's like, okay, what should we do now? Should we do what we were supposed to do, the closing, the kind of water album? But we couldn't help ourselves. And I guess that is what Vintersorg has always been about, like go what you are curious about at the moment? I mean, we've done this more kind of progressive album stuff, so it's always been kind of a exploration in our continuation of writing and finding out songs.
And there was the second CD, CD or MP3 or streaming Till Kalorma as bonus, like with the 4 tracks.
And that title would be something like Back to the Sources, because that was actually these songs on that EP that we connected to the full-length album is actually before the first EP. And now we go into Star Wars.
What's the first? Interstellar, consumption, etc.
You don't. When you're nowadays, when you're thinking of Star Wars, you don't know what's the first or the second or third film. I mean, but actually, that Back to the Sources kind of EP, it was like something that I wrote. I had a lot of those riffs still lying around on cassette tapes. I mean, I was have recorders of so. I was finding that out, and I was like, "Oh, this is really cool stuff. We shouldn't just throw them away." So I put a lot of songs together. Well, not a lot, 5, something like that, 4 or 5. And it ended up that we recorded those, and then we just threw it in as a kind of a Till Fjälls Part 2, and that as a kind of a bonus thing, connecting really back to the early stages of Vintersorg. So, and it was really nice to just have done it, to get it, not just get out of our system, but it was like also really nice to kind of compose those songs of kind of a little bit loose riffs from different eras from the past. And some songs were a little bit more complete than others, but it was just a nice adventure, and nice songs. And actually we're going to do some live shows. We're actually playing the first song on that one.
I have seen some live stuff on not on good quality, but it was not official. I saw on YouTube. I've seen live stuff in Skellefteå, recorded in last May, and I was surprised because it's rare that you play live. In general, Vintersorg was mainly a studio project.
Yeah, and now we have gone totally bananas. Now we have played 3 times in 1 year. So I mean, we played the first. We had a big break for 7 years not playing live. Then we did actually Monegarm open air in Sweden. You know the Monegarm band, they're having their own festival. We played that in August last year.
New album coming also.
Yeah, they have a new album also coming out. And then we did actually the one in Skellefteå in the winter. And actually we did Dark Troll Festival now in May in Germany.
Dark Troll
Festival.
Okay.
Dark Troll Festival in
and you
Germany.
Have a singer, and you have a female singer. I have seen a woman. I was surprised in the lineup on stage recently.
Yeah, we have done a little bit. Yeah, in Skellefteå we had her with us. Johanna is it's actually Simon's wife also, and she's but depending on which set we are playing, we will have female vocals on some songs. So now on the last gig in Germany on Dark Troll, we didn't have her. We did a little bit of a different set there. So it depends a little bit, but that's nice. We can alter around. Now we are rehearsing. Actually, we're going to play now. It's quite a long time, but here in Sweden in House of Metal in November.
Okay. So maybe this new album was thought by you for life goal, because I find this new stuff very more direct, very melodic, speed, but less progressive than the visions of the 2002 and 4, the vision of all this album from the Spiral Generator and the Focus on Gling with Asgeir Mickelson on drums. It was awesome. But this new stuff, I listened 3 times, 4 times. Vattenkrafternas Spel, more direct, very heavy and direct, melodic, of course, but it was thought for live shows, because now.
No, not really. We don't. I don't write songs like this should be easy to play live or stuff like that. But of course, it will be easier to play these songs live. But it was not really the intention with it. I was just in this kind of area of writing music, a little bit more kind of direct. Not that There are some proggy vibes, and
Yeah.
I mean, I have written already and recorded 3 more albums, I think. So,
Yeah.
and one of those are a little bit more kind of into the cosmic genesis, little bit progressive, and one is very, very basic, and then I'm also now
Yeah.
recording a lot of other stuff. So, I'm already always in kind of a little bit in a recording mode, writing new songs, trying stuff out. So depending on what we feel at the moment. But one thing that has been with us throughout the whole catalog is still all the melodies. I mean,
Yeah.
Vintersorg is it's all about melodies, and then we do it in different kind of settings with more kind of progressive, expanding a little bit on that. And in other albums, we are much more direct and
Yeah.
fluent. So. Yeah.
Maybe could we say it's a more classical album? So you experiment less on this new album. Maybe it's not a critique, but maybe for I find the composition very heavy and direct.
I think they are very adventurous and a little bit. We are experimenting, but not in this kind of time signature, fooling around with the beats and stuff like that. More like kind of different type of layering. I think on the new album, one of the key elements there, what I'm really proud of, is all the kind of vocal elements, because it's a lot of vocal elements harmonizing together. So it's kind of experimental in that sense, but still very Vintersorg kind of.
And chorus, we just speak before a live show with a woman on stage. Your wife, maybe, if I understand well, but
no, not my wife. It was Simon's wife, the band, the bass players. So Johanna, if you see this,
don't make a mistake. Sorry for the mistake. But on this new album, for example, I think it's the second song, Start Joe, or the fourth track, Fran Dupet Dunstar Tiden. I can listen chorus and female vocals on some parts.
On the first, actually Johanna, the one that was playing on the stage, she is singing on that first song. But and that one is this is going to be out now as a single, and in the 24th of July.
Okay, the new single. Which song you said?
Yeah, 24th of July. The first song, the Efter Dis kommer dimma.
Efter Dis,
where we have her vocals on.
Okay, it's all is in sing. It's sung in you sing in old Swedish or modern Swedish. All those.
It's a little bit of a combination. It's a little bit of a combination. It's not this kind of thought out, really old kind of runic Norse Swedish. It's more kind of. But I'm very interested in language. I'm very interested in poetry, and old Swedish poetry has been a really big genre in my life. So I've had a lot of inspiration from that throughout the whole Vintersorg history, and still is.
Viking saga.
So, but I guess it's a little bit of older touch on the lyrics than the normal talking language, but it's more kind of poetic in a way.
And you are not afraid from people like me who don't speak English, Swedish, excuse me, except hey, tack, when I go to Stockholm. But you are not afraid that people like us or Japanese, or American don't understand, and maybe we can find translation in English of your song, a bit like Enslaved made it at first. The first album, they were in the lyrics, they were English and Norwegian, and after they evolved.
Yeah, we have thought about that for many albums, like should we include translation, stuff like that, but somehow we have found it out like it will be translated online in a bit, but of course it's not always perfect translated, but more kind, but it's still you get kind of a vibe. We did 3 albums with mostly English. The Cosmic Genesis, we had like on that one is I guess it's 2 Swedish songs, or is one? And then we had on Focusing Blur, Total English, Visions from Spiral Generator is like 2 Swedish songs, I think. It's a lot of English on that.
More success, maybe more. There were more success.
But still, for me, it's like I need to have the feeling for it. And after those albums, somehow it felt very connected to writing my mother tongue again. in BORKNAGAR when I was there, it was totally in English, and I've had other bands. I mean, CRONIA and a lot of other bands in English. So I'd like to write in both languages. But Vintersorg feels very natural to have it in my mother tongue. But maybe, and that's what I'm always saying. Like, I never close any doors nowadays. I've said so many times, yeah, we should do it like this, and this is the future, and like 6 months later you have changed your mind, so I never close any doors anymore. It's kind of a little bit boring and stupid to do that also. I mean, it's nice to find new stuff that you're interested in and kind of evolve yourself as a musician, human being.
It's very natural for you to express and your mood at this time, and you choose at this time the good language. I wanted to know why you make a transition, but I wanted to know why you left BORKNAGAR. Was it in 2019? Was it to be more involved and to relaunch, Respawn, Vintersorg in 100% of your time? But in the meantime, you released Till Fjälls Del II in 2017 before you left BORKNAGAR. And I know you are very busy, and you toured with BORKNAGAR, and there were also Lazar, the other singer. So you were, and EC Vortex. So maybe you were too many singers in the band, and you wanted to remake your own stuff with Vintersorg.
No, the story is very easy. I don't think we were too many singers in the band because we had kind of a really nice setup with that three kind of could do some three clean vocals even live, and I guess they're continuing to do a lot of clean work. They're alternating a lot of stuff. No, but that's a really easy story. I wasn't. I mean, BORKNAGAR were kind of leveling up on the touring side. They were actually starting in BORKNAGAR. The whole thing was kind of going a little bit to doing it more kind of a professional, as a kind of a little bit about having it as a job. And of course, they are doing other stuff as well. But they were the whole talk within the band was like trying to level that up and stuff like that. And I wasn't able at the time to do that, and I was kind of hindering the band for going into the next level. So me and Øystein, I mean, we are still good friends, and we have still CRONIA together. We haven't. It was 10 years since we did an album, I guess, but we haven't closed that door either. And maybe in the future we'll do an album. We talked about it a little bit,
it was one of my last question, but maybe one new album on Century Media, maybe on Century Media, maybe.
So the whole thing was like quite easy, and we had just sat down and have a really good talk, and I was like feeling like, okay, now I'm totally hindering the band, and they were also thinking about, okay, Andreas, because the last tours before that I couldn't join, so they had a kind of a stepping guy for me, and I mean, if you are a lead singer in the band, then you always need to have a kind of a stepping guy. It's not going to work out in the long run. So I think we just. Well, I don't think I know how it was. We just had a good chat about it, and they were thinking also like, okay, I think we need to do something here. We need to go a little bit separate, but it was no hard feelings and everything. And it was just nice, good chat. We had the same kind of ideas about why it happened and why it should happen, and maybe in the future I would really like to kind of join for one song or something like that. I don't know. That would be nice just to. But I don't know if they want that, but that would be nice, of course.
Like they did with Rotting Christ, with the song Under the Mountain or something like that. With Rotting Christ and BORKNAGAR, they make a duet together with Lars.
I don't know. That would of course be nice, but so that was the whole thing about it, and I still have in contact, not that frequently nowadays, but we are talking online a little bit and chatting and stuff like that when it's proper and stuff like that. So but I was actually having a blast in BORKNAGAR for like 20 years or something like that. A lot of albums. So
Yeah,
Good
and nice.
times.
Yeah. Okay, okay. It was a very nice and long collaboration. Yeah, and now
Mm.
Norway and Sweden. So let's back to
Yeah.
let's back to the new album. I wanted to
Yep.
know why, but it's not the first time. But why do you prefer to use drum scheduling,
Hmm.
the drum programs? Maybe it's easier
Mhm.
like that and it's cheaper
No.
because it's hard to find a drummer sometimes
Yeah.
also in Sweden.
No, it's not about that. It's more like I have the whole creativity freedom that when I'm writing the songs, I could do the whole thing. But things are a little bit about. I mean, we have a drummer that played with us live. He's a
Yeah,
good
but
friend
yeah.
of mine, and we have played together for many, many years. He'd been the only drummer, not the only drummer in it. So we have some guys in the really beginning, but when we started to play live. But Ben here now, he's been with us for more than 20 years when we have done touring back in the days.
Okay.
So it's the same guy. And we also,
Benny
me
Hägglund.
and,
Benny
yeah,
Hägglund.
Benny Hägglund. Yeah, and me and him also have done 2 albums together with a band called FISSION.
Ah, yeah, FISSION. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe a new
yeah.
album? Maybe a new album?
Yeah, we have a lot of new songs, but we need to have time to record it.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
and but he's also a great musician. On FISSION, he's playing the drums and the guitars and stuff like that. So yeah, he's a great
Okay.
guy. And
Okay.
now he played with us live, and in the future, maybe we'll do recording with it. But I mean, on the new album, the drums sound really, really great. We
Yeah.
are using the most top professional kind of
Okay.
drum libraries that is around, and I guess nowadays
Yeah, the
a
sound are.
drummer is. I mean, you
Yeah.
you record with a drummer, then you replace all the sound with kind of a
Yeah.
drum from a drum library. Not all the
Yeah.
sounds, but some of the sounds.
Yeah.
But of course, it's a different thing with a real drummer.
Yeah. Yeah. Your first album, your really first album, it was Drumbox? The first album, the two first album.
No, it was
No.
sample drum. It was kind of a drum library, but back then it was really, yeah, there was not.
Ödemarkens, it was a drummer, a real drummer?
No,
Ödemarkens?
no.
Drum?
We had it on. What I mean is like we didn't have any kind of classic drum machine. We have always had this kind of programmed with a kind of sample libraries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the first album that we had real drums, actually, it was on with Asgeir Mickelson and Visions from the Spiral
Asgeir,
Generator.
yeah. Before, at first, it was Vargher from BEWITCHED, etc.,
Yeah, the
who
two
programmed with
first.
you the
Yeah,
drum parts.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, but
Precisely.
and Asgeir Mickelson, you are still in touch because he stopped totally to play drums after Isan collaboration and BORKNAGAR. Are you are still in touch with Asgeir
Yeah,
Mickelson?
still in touch with him. We're not talking that much, but I'm still in touch with him. I think he has
Uh,
re-invoked his drumming. He's playing with some other bands now in Norway. Some I
more
don't know
rock,
exactly. Yeah.
maybe more rock stuff, maybe because he was some
Yeah.
awesome drummer.
Yeah,
It
but
was
he's also a drummer, and I think now I don't know if he plays with some kind of more black metal band, doing some
okay,
live shows
okay,
with them, stuff like. And of course, the kind of Spiral Architect album is
okay, okay.
my
Now
favorite.
two
Asking. Yeah,
questions
right.
because but I have so many
Yeah,
questions.
I
I
can.
wanted to know if you nowadays, especially in the new album of Vintersorg, so I recall the name Vattenkrafternas Spel.
Yep.
Is there here an ecological message? You speak about water and the four
Yeah.
elements in the story of Wintersorg. Here, and especially nowadays, are you aware about global warming, and especially in the new one? Do you have a message,
Mhm.
an ecological message here?
No,
To bring?
I guess
No.
Vintersorg is always kind of nature worshipping in a way.
Ouais.
Vintersorg has been like about nature worshipping, man and nature in many forms, man and nature in the sense of man and nature on earth, man and nature in it's kind of more cosmic kind of approach. Uh, on this album, it's very much man and nature on earth, and this is kind of a lot of lyrics here is more like about the water album, the water element in nature from many perspectives is more like the fog, the ice, the snow, the yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
So it's a lot of different angles on writing about this natural element. Uh, when it comes more kind of a message, no, it's more like what I've always liked to do with Winter, sort of like getting people a little bit interested in this kind of. I mean, man and nature, more nature on the kind of a direct level, but also kind of a more kind of philosophical level. But of course, really with a great respect for nature as it is. But I've never gone into kind of politics, and for me, it's very important to not cross that barrier. Like then feels not so natural, and I mean, does get me some bad taste in the mouth because all this kind of when it's come to, of course, I really, I mean, as a human being that want to be surviving and my kids to survive on this planet, of course, I want our natural habitat to be great and nature to feel well. But in this kind of political area of environmental stuff, it's, I mean, one day you hear one thing, another day you hear another thing, because it's always weaponized with so many ideologies behind it. I mean, sometimes you see these kind of people belonging to some kind of fraction. They are really pushing for nature, but while they are doing that, they are actually exploiting nature. And I'm like, come on, guys.
It's complicated. I know
S-
there's a
no.
lot of factories of battery in your country,
Yeah.
in your town, Skellefteå, in the north of Sweden.
Yeah.
In the big industry of trucks
Yeah.
and
No,
battery.
it's gone it went down the drain recently.
Okay.
And that's
Okay.
really, really bad because we do a great thing for our city. They built this really huge called Northvolt, huge battery factory for we're pushing for a more kind of green kind of energy
Okay.
supply and they were manufacturing car batteries.
Okay.
And actually, my son was working there.
Okay. But because ecology is one thing, but we have to earn money and to live also. It's complicated when there is an industry in the local town. Last stuff, last song, last request. Can we hope to see you live with Vintersorg soon in Europe and especially in France? Maybe this year or next year, I don't know. And do you have plans for a new OTYG album? Because I'm still waiting since 1988 and it's long. It's long
It's
since
long.
the
It's
first
been
album.
a long wait. Yeah.
OTYG.
You OTYG fans, you have some really stamina to make up with us so far.
1999.
The first question, we are going to do a little bit more live shows. We are not in a position that we can do a lot of touring, but we'll try to do a little bit more
A
festivals.
bit.
We have
Okay.
something cooking, some for
Cool.
Europe for next summer. We're doing now in Sweden now in winter in November, House of Metal. We do next spring, summer. We'll do a little bit more. There are in the cooking. It's nothing being official yet, so I can't really say it out loud here.
Okay.
But not in the far future we'll go public with that. OTYG, well, I wrote a new album in 2012.
Okay.
It's like and good songs, but it's even more complicated. The whole band there is spread around the world. People are not living in Sweden anymore. All the guys and
It was
stuff like
not
that.
released. So
No, yes,
you wrote
written. I have
it, you composed, but not
I
recorded.
composed, recorded demos, and I still have those. So we'll still have the songs if we will manage to find the time and find the kind of inspiration to do it further on. So we haven't closed any door. But meantime, we're actually going to release a OTYG box set on Hammerheart.
An Hammerheart, not Napalm Records. Okay.
Re-release of the two albums, a little bit remastered, but also we will include, and those have never been released officially anyway, the 3 demos.
Bertagen,
And those demos are actually nearly album long. I mean, each and every demo is like 30 minutes long or something like that. So some of the songs are on the album, but there are also songs there that has not been released. And I've been working on remastering those demos now. So we have that also in the making. So we're going to be kind of a box set. I don't know the release date of that, but at least we are now in the kind of finalizing setup for that one.
Okay, but waiting for it for next Christmas, maybe. Okay, thank you for this news, but we're
Yep.
waiting a real Fuel album. So
Yep.
now, Vintersorg, new stuff, 11th studio album, and thank you for your time. So it will be out, this new album of Vintersorg in September on Hammerheart Records, and last time it's called, could you say in Swedish? Vattenkraft...
Yeah. Vattenkrafternas Spel, everyone. Let's
Okay.
sing with me.
Okay, I know. Okay, but I said just tack. Thank you
Yep.
very much for your time, tack, and Andreas. And we hope to see you live next year in festival, maybe in France. You are welcome. We are waiting for you.
All right.
Okay.
Have a great
Bye bye.
evening.
Take
Okay.
care. Good evening in
Bye-bye.
Sweden. Bye bye.
Yep.
Thank you very
Bye.
much.